Thanks for checking out my Northwest Registered Agent tutorial. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to sign up and get your LLC up and running while saving some money in the process. Right off the bat, you'll find a link in the description or the pinned comment. Click that and you'll land on a page that should look pretty similar to what I'm showing you right now. That link also hooks you up with their $39 business formation offer. You can use it to form an LLC, corporation, or even a nonprofit. So once you're on that page, just hit the big button to get started. Layouts change sometimes, but you'll know when you're in the right place. It's pretty easy to see. Let's click on Get Started here. Alright, before we start diving in, I do want to give you a quick heads up that I'm not a lawyer, and even if I was, I wouldn't be yours. I've just gone through the process a few times myself, and I'd like to share the experience to make it easier for you and save some money at the same time. Now for this, let's choose an LLC as the entity type. And for this example, I'm choosing Florida, so let's go down here and select the specific state that you are in. I am going to be in Florida, so that's why I am picking that as well. So fees are going to vary depending on location, so expect some variation. It could be a little bit lower, it could be a little bit higher, just to let you know. Once you have done that, simply click on the Continue button right here. Now you'll fill in a few details about your company. If you've already settled on a business name, great. If not, you can use something simple or creative. I remember my first LLC was just my name and then Personal Training LLC. Simple can definitely work. Or go the creative route. You can combine words, tweak spellings, and create something one of a kind. My YouTube channel, for example, is Marketing Island, but say I stylized it as Myland, M-Y-L-A-N-D. It sounds like island, but I think it gets a little bit of a personal twist. That is something that you can do as well. So let me put it in right here. All right, so I have Mylands LLC. I'm going to scroll down here. Next up, you'll also need to select how you want lawsuits or legal notices handled. If you don't have an attorney, just choose no right here. And of course, down below, as your business purpose, you can either write something specific or stick with a generic statement. If you're unsure, it won't make or break anything here. You could always just do use generic business purpose, okay? Let's scroll down a little bit more. So next is your business and mailing address. Northwest offers a helpful feature where you can use their local office or both. It helps protect your privacy and keeps your home address off public records. They scan and upload your state mail the same day it arrives, which is pretty convenient. So if you go over here, it is going to give you a little bit more information about that and what it entails. And the same thing here with your mailing address you want on record with the state. I'd recommend personally just going with both of these. I think it's a nice little feature to have. But if you want to just do your mailing address, you can do that as well. Obviously, whatever works best for you, choose and click on the Continue button. Alright, so here you're going to choose how your LLC will be managed. So it's either going to be member managed or manager managed. So with member managed, this means that the owners, which is you, handle everything. It's the most straightforward option, especially for solo entrepreneurs. Then you have manager managed. It's for situations where someone else runs the day-to-day operations, like a hired manager or trustee. Now, most small businesses go with member managed, which is what I use personally as well. So if that sounds like you, it's likely going to be the best fit, okay? And next up, you'll decide if you want to list members or managers with the state. I can click right here and show you more. So something to keep in mind that listing them makes opening a business bank account easier, but if privacy is a concern, you can opt to keep it off public records. Just know that banks may ask for this info anyway, so I usually go ahead and list it. So here I'm just going to check off list with the state in this example. And here this is going to be where you want to put your name. Of course, if you have other members, you can do that. So type in a name if that's just going to be you and you're going to be good to go. Enter that in and then simply click on the Continue button. Alright, this one's really easy, the contact details. Nothing too wild, just basic info like your email address and phone number and so on and so forth. Fill this in and then simply click on Continue on the right side. And of course, after clicking that, it is going to ask for the account setup, so you have your email address, a password. Once you're done with that and you satisfy all the requirements, click on Continue. Next, we have our business identity. So this step offers a domain, business email, website, and phone number bundled at $21.60 a month after a free 90-day trial. So here's my take. Northwest is definitely top-notch for forming LLCs, but for domains and hosting, I'd go with a provider that specializes in those services. There are definitely more powerful and cheaper options out there. That said, if you want everything handled in one spot, this package is fine. Personally, I'd skip it and grab a better hosting deal elsewhere. So if you don't want to use this, you can simply check this off and then simply click on Continue, or maybe if you just want one of these at a time, you can do that. Nevertheless, that's the choice for you to make, and then click on Continue. Alright, so let's talk optional services here. First and foremost, which is going to be the tax ID, or also known as the EIN number. Now you can pay Northwest $50 to file this or $200 without a social, but the IRS actually lets you get it for free at irs.gov. So I'm going to drop the link in the description if you want to check that out yourself. I just want to at least show you this so that in case you want to have the option. So this is going to be the page where you can get a completely free EIN from the IRS. So if I even search for it and do free, it says use this tool to get an EIN directly from the IRS in minutes for free. This is just a great way to save money. So ideally, what you'd want to do after you get your LLC, you can go through and just apply for it right here. So with that in mind, you might be asking, well, why does Northwest Registered Agent give you that option? Like if you can just get it free elsewhere? Well, because a lot of people don't want to actually go through, like it's kind of bundling it all together and it's more of a done for you service. So if you want them to do it right here and just get it done with and $50 isn't a lot to you, that would be a reason to do it. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know, not everyone knows that you can go ahead and get an EIN for free. So I am showing you both routes. Me personally, I would just do it with the irs.gov and save you some money. But if you did want it to just have them do it for you, you can do that. All right, so that's a great way of saving money if you want to go that route. Next up, we have the S Corp election with the IRS. So in my opinion, it's not going to be necessary for most new businesses. If you're making around $100,000 a year or so, it might make sense. Otherwise, if you're just getting ready and you're not at that like income ballpark, I'd recommend just skipping it in the beginning. Next up, we have the Premium Mail Service and Virtual Office. So this offers more privacy, mail forwarding, and a business address. If that's something you need, go for it. It runs at about $20 a month to $29. So if I click on it right here, I can just click on this button and it talks about we offer a $20 a month premium mail forwarding service with the Virtual Office right here. Yes, so this one is going to be $29 a month. You get unlimited mail forwarding, a unique mailing address, and so on and so forth. So if you want those, feel free to. That's going to be something that you'd probably know if you need it or not, but those are going to be the options there. So next up is going to be the trademark service. I'd say only go this route if you know you need trademark protection. A lot of people when first getting up and running don't, but I'm not saying that's going to be your unique situation. It's $599 through them, but most digital marketers and creators don't need this right away. And I say that just because a lot of my audience is the digital marketing type, and they usually don't need to get something trademarked right away. Like I said, if you do use that, it is going to be $599. If you want trademark monitoring as well, this is going to be free for the first 90 days, and after that, it's going to be $14 a month. And last but not least, we have our DBA, which is doing business as. So if you want to operate under a name different from your LLC, this is going to cost $125 plus state fees, which is completely optional. You might be wondering, well, why does it say $175 then? Because if you look down below, we have the $125, which is going to be the fee, and of course the $50 processing. So this would be Florida, so it might fluctuate once again when it comes to the price. This is just based on specifically using Florida as an example. But if you don't need that, obviously just turn it off. And those are going to be a lot of the optional items. Once you pick the ones that you want or don't want, simply click on the continue button right here. And this is going to be the final step with the payment. So you've made it to the final screen, enter your billing details, and you'll be able to see your total. The base service is just $39, but keep in mind state processing fees and any extras that you did add. In my case, with Florida's filing, the total came out to $164. Your state may be higher or a little bit lower, but once you're done, enter in your details, click on the Done blue button right here, and just like that, you have started your LLC. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my Northwest Registered Agent tutorial when it comes to setting up your LLC. I hope this walkthrough helped you out, whether it was to save time, save money, or just understand the process a little bit more clearly. If you still have questions, Northwest has a solid support team. You can always reach out to them directly from the site. And don't forget, if you're ready to get started, just click the link in the description of the pinned comment. That'll get you access to the $39 formation package, plus any state fee, which we talked about. Thanks again for watching. My name is James, and I'll see you in my next video.